Schwebel room. Beat down Brown. Eddie P.
Dirty, dirty,
Dirty, dirty,
Dirty.
dirty,
dirty,
Dirty.
dirty,
dirty,
dirty.
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 Tell the people more about the advantages of our product.
They never lose their cool.
Expand your mind. But I've got a better source of information.
Dirty.
Yeah. Dirty 30 in the house once again. Out here at my boy Steady E. He ain't robbing no banks though.
We legit. Steady E.
Yeah. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, fam. I'm good, man. Yeah, shout out to the Hilltop Hustlers. Hold your heads up. Still. No diss, but you know what it is. You know.
Exactly. Man.
Yeah, man.
So we getting into it. We keeping it hip hop this week. You know what I'm saying? My man may be aware of a lot going on. You know, everybody's stepping in that country lane, but we understand that for the last 2 decades, hip hop has been running everything. And with that being said, Al Jazeera decided it was time to start decoding all these classic album covers. You know what I'm saying? Going into what was the sign of the times when it was, you know, whether it be from positivity into reality rap was cracking with breaking down these covers. It's like, I don't know why all these people keep trying to stick to their own devices, man. They need to just call us. We can break down the covers for you. You have your resource here. Dirty 30 is here for you if the bag is right.
We do the homework.
We do the homework, man. It's like, and there was way more covers they could have hopped in. So Al Jazeera, bring up the article real quick for everybody else. Y'all can go check this yourselves. But Al Jazeera decided it was going to go through with several rap covers and break down elements from the covers, you know, to let people know what was sitting and what was popping off at those times. As you can see, I got up Gangstar Daily Operation from 92 right here. You know, got a portrait of Malcolm in the background. Elijah Muhammad's message to the black man was in the background. The turntables, the eyebrow cut, the 3 cuts in your eyebrows, trying to wild out. You know, rest in peace, Guru.
Indeed.
But it brings up. I mean, we already see. We got hip hoppers teaching classes right now. Knife Wonder, Skills. Sorry, I almost put the name back on the front of it, as well as several others, as well as actual non-hip hop educators educating on hip hop because they're just children of the culture. It is a very studyable art form because it is literally a culture, and it's a culture that started as a subculture that became, and right now still in a lot of forms is still the dominant culture at this time.
Most
It's
influential.
everybody's
down with the hobby. You can't go to a birthday party, wedding without something hip hop related, you know, that's going down. And the market value of it is just forever growing, you know.
Well, the one huge thing about it is you got to remember everybody that grew up under it now is literally, not only are they the tastemakers, but they're the suburban mom and dad now.
Yes. That's
So
in the carpool bumping Wu-Tang, and you know, Wu-Tang is for the kids, and you know, all that shit. But to go back to the cover, it was a different time as well, because you literally had to visualize the art. You had to pick up that album, that tape, and look at it, check credits. And also, like you said, there's some, you know, cats, you know, you wasn't even turned on to them, but you saw a dope ass cover and was like, yeah, I'm taking this on me. You for, you know, having a whole van filled with vinyl. You know, we picking up the milk crates, you know, going through all those vinyls or whatever. It's like, yeah, that looked dope. That'll be, you know, put this on next. I don't even know who it is, but drop this. It looked dope. Put this on next. You know, stuff like we came up under that. where we just bought stuff and was like, man, I hope it's dope, and roll
But
the dice.
we're ripping apart the elements like they're doing right there. The elements told you what you need to see there. It's certain backgrounds, certain things you see in the scenes.
Mhm.
It's just like, all right, yo, they in this borough, yo, they in this hood out west,
Right.
whatever. And then, of course, to people that are more in tuned into the areas that the art even came from, yo, that's my block right there. Yo, I'm gonna check for this cat, or I
This
do know
is
this cat.
this is pre-internet. We didn't have the visuals. If we didn't see the video or whatever, we didn't know. Like you said, that's my block. Look, I got pictures on that block. Look, matching up the Polaroids next to the damn, where NWA did their album cover at, or PE did their album cover at. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And you got backstories behind all this stuff,
Yeah.
like even with going with that album, certain influential pieces in the background, no different than, let's be honest, you see my background and my fandom right there and all like
Right.
that, and it's like, oh, okay,
Right.
homeboy is on this. You got that going on in the backgrounds of the different records and things like that. And it's really gets deep with the fact of, you were not just shooting a hype picture like, yo, this my crew. They had went on later on with BDP, with the blueprint.
Yeah.
And when you go into that, you got the cop showing the police abuse. You got
Yes.
even a little deeper than they went, the fact that Chris was on the curb
Yeah.
rather than sitting anywhere else, homeboy alluding back to the times when he was homeless. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? All this stuff figures into all of this. And it's fire to see how much of a study of the art and how you make your art. It's not just throw something up for clout. And I already got warned by Knife Wonder, leave the youth alone. So I'm not going to be the old man standing there wagging a finger. But
Right.
tell a
It's just
story. Tell a story, y'all.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
y'all
it's
got your
just
visuals and everything else. Don't just do stuff because it look fly.
yeah.
Have
I mean,
something that it's about making an archive when y'all doing y'all thing. So
and I
make your
guess
archive.
their archives is little, TikToks and little clips here and there. That's their version of we had the hard copy. Now these, they got a little bit more tech behind them, and it's like do better because you have more.
Yeah,
It's like, you have the advantage, like y'all can make a full length movie with that little device in your pocket. Do some serious art shit, something that's art. I'm sorry, not art. Something a little bit more artistic. Something
yeah,
that's not so cookie cutter, because that's what it is now. It's all the same. It's like give us something, man. We need a, I get what y'all trying to do, but come on, man, kick it up a notch. That's all.
you have the ability. I was talking with a homie at work last night, and we were talking about the fact of the matter is, like you said, that little device in your pocket
Hmm.
is stronger than the computers when we was going to the dragon's lair, and that computer doesn't compare to the thing that we make calls and send text messages off of.
Yeah, man. I
And
wish
it's
I
like,
could show them the old method, the four tracks, the reel to reel. Like, what are you doing? Like, yes, I have to bring a blade with me because I have to cut tape.
yeah,
I have to hit it right there at that spot, splice it back together, man. I mean, if they only knew half of the shit that used to go down just for basic, and they got top tier shit that could go straight, to iTunes,
yeah,
straight to Spotify. Like, boom, we just did that shit in the car, riding around. And
depending on your budget, you first of all you have to buy a separate camera to shoot a shoot.
yeah,
And that's if you got a homie that is nice with the camera.
that,
And then
not the
at
shaky,
best,
got the shakes. Yeah,
but I'm talking about photos, man. And then
yeah, you right. You right.
at best, you know what I'm saying, if your pockets was right, you can get it in 1 hour. But if
Yeah.
not, you got to send that shit off, wait for anywhere from 2 days to a week to get the pics back. Then you got to get a scanner. Then you got
I,
to,
s-
it's
I
just,
still have a catalog, I think, from disc makers. I need to pull that out and show the kids like this was the process of getting your shit out there. You know what I mean? Before burning, we've been around before burning CDs and all the other stuff. We had
Mm-hmm.
to send a whole package out to disc makers and hope that they got it and did it right. It was one of those type situations. I just wish. I think we had to circle back and do a on how it used to be. Do a
Oh
whole
yeah.
full. But go ahead, man.
How long and drawn out the process was, man.
Used to be
And
considered compared to now, and like, man, y'all have everything at your fingertips, man. Y'all could kill it.
man, we did. Come on, look at this right now. We sitting up at the crib, broadcasting to
Two
the
different
world.
coasts. Yeah, two different time zones.
Two different
Yeah,
coasts, two different
yeah,
time zones,
Yeah,
doing our thing. And literally, I did the branding for this. You know what I'm saying? Like the Switch branding that we gonna put out, I did in an hour. You know what I'm saying? That was unheard of, man. That's craziness.
That
And
would have
we're
been your full-time job back in our day. Like,
oh
dude, did you
man,
get that done yet? I got 2 more months and we solid. 2 more months and we're good.
yeah,
Now it's, hey man, let me take a long lunch. I'll whip it up. Yeah, I'll whip it up.
break that phone back out, break that iPad out.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that tablet up there? I got a couple minutes right here. Let's go ahead and do
It's
this.
a gift and a curse, man. We were blessed to have that time to actually sit back and analyze.
Yeah,
because we had no alternative, and now we get to sit back and watch what's coming out. It's like, man, the tech has surpassed the art. Because
yeah.
now you see cats doing videos with drones and all kind of tight shit. And it's dope, and I love where it's going. I just wish they could be more creative.
It's back at its infancy again.
Mhm.
Everything is cyclical. And so, with the fact of being in its infancy, you have some people that are literally doing the art. Because I've seen some crazy stuff with folks that's just like, whether it be just something as simple as, like you said, doing a flyer TikTok, doing a better Instagram. And it's like, yo, that's crazy creative for sitting back on the afternoon.
Right.
And no, they're not getting the push, but we always, how can I say it? We were children on the underground. Yeah, it was great what was on TV, but we were looking at and studying up what was going on in the underground, and we were in tune with it. So they're in tune with it too, and we have to kind of shake off, because it's such the dominant culture. We get caught up in what's out there on the mainstream and get pissed about it.
Right.
But then when you go and look at what's on the underground, it's like, oh no, the underground's still fire.
Yeah.
It's just we gotta
like that.
We during our time, what was mainstream wasn't us.
Yep.
So then we didn't understand that everything out there from us wasn't good or was whack or whatever, because it wasn't the forefront. So now with it being the forefront, you see a whole bunch of stuff like, for real, this is what we putting out there. Everybody got a cup of lean.
Mhm.
Everybody got the plug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
there's no variations on it, and y'all shooting on the same 5 blocks.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm glad you brought that up, man. You just reminded me of how, like you said, what was actually mainstream at the time wasn't really what we were on. We had what was on TV, and then we had what was being played in the hood.
Yeah.
What was making the trunks rattle. That kind of shit. Like, man, who is that? You're like, oh man, that's so and so. Like, I never saw a video. Like, yeah, you probably won't. Straight to the street. It was kind of like the Tubi back then. It's for music, the music version of Tubi back then. It was like, who is that? Like, man, you need to get up on it. You only gonna be able to get it in those hood stores. You ain't gonna find it at the mall. You have to go inside the hood and get it. So
think about it. These acts with a little bit of budget behind them can literally put out what in 1 year can put out what Master P's whole catalog was, what Death Row's whole catalog was. So it's a saturation.
Yes.
So when you see stuff that looks and sounds the same, it's where they were this year.
Yeah.
But the raw amount of it equates to what we got from the whole catalog of Biggie, what we got from the whole catalog of Pac or whatever in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's the one thing with that's where the gift is kind of the curse, because you're only identifying what somebody was on for 1 year. I went back and looked at an artist like Common, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we were talking about him being back in the studio with Pete Rock, and we always clown like, oh, this cat had a couple of dope albums, and then he just wilded out and went in some whack stuff. It's like, went back over his catalog. It's like, nah, dude was fired for like 4-5 albums. He only had one, maybe two questionable albums,
Right.
and then went right back into it.
Right.
It's just the fact that it was so spread out that you kind of don't see it. It's like,
Yeah.
Homeboy was on that for, on this or on that for a year. But nowadays, you see an artist and you see what they on for a year or what they about for a year. And like I said, you might get 4-5 albums in that year,
Mm-hmm.
4-5 mixtapes in that year.
Saturation.
Yeah,
Just
the
because you
ability
can
to,
don't mean you should. I just, like you said, I just need more quality. I don't need the fast food. I need some soul food.
yeah,
That fast food ain't good for you, mentally, physically, yeah, I need that soul food. That's what I need.
yeah. Sit back and let it slow burn, man. Let it simmer
Yes.
up in the pot, man. Do your
Please.
thing with it.
Please.
But the artwork and the fact that they could break down these covers, honestly, in full regard, we need to, like you said, go in and just break down some covers ourselves. That
Yes.
could be a whole episode itself, because
Exactly.
just
All that stuff behind you, well, get all your crates, all your vinyl, just go through and we just pick a era.
Yeah.
What you want to do? Mid 90s, late 90s, early 90s, 80s. Do we want to do R&B? How do you want to cover it? Again, that's a whole nother segment that we're gonna have to cover. So we're definitely circling back to that.
Yeah, that was fire that they doing it. Go to Al Jazeera, search up the hip hop covers.
Check out the covers.
It's a cool little article, but
Yeah.
it's a whole lot more that can be discussed. And in full honesty, the artwork of classic hip hop can go into what we go into next with the.
Yes, sir.
You go ahead and bring it, man.
Oh, the hip hop jewels, man. I mean, the jewels, as they
Mhm.
say. Come on, man. Fat gold chain, 4-figure rings. Let's just say, to me, the icon Slick Rick, the for real OG. Well, it's not original gangster. It's called Over Gold.
Mhm.
Yeah, not for Slick. Yeah, man. He was just the epitome of that dude, man. And just the imagery of it all, and how many cats followed after that. We came up in the era where those cats was wearing some of the dopest pieces ever. Eric B and Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, with the 4-finger ring and that big ass plate, iconic. And yeah, man, I'm glad they're doing a little like a what is it? What did they say?
It's the American Museum of Natural History is doing Ice Cold, an exhibition of
Yes.
hip hop jewelry. And
Yes.
so what's wild about it is like you got Slick Rick's crown,
Yeah.
The gem encrusted crown, got Big's legendary gold Jesus piece, a diamond studded Rockefeller medallion from Jay-Z, Nicki Minaj's Barbie pendant iced out, pieces from Badu, ASAP Rocky's rings, Joey Badass's rings up in there. Some stuff from ASAP Ferg and Tyler the Creator got pieces up in there. And this is still an overspilling from the 50th anniversary of hip hop celebration.
Nice.
But it's like really wild. Melissa in the Melissa and Keith Meister gallery in that museum, you can go check those out, and it's going to be curated by the Allison and Roberto Mignon Halls of Gems and Minerals. Will be handling the process. But I mean, come on, man. We know everybody had just crazy pieces. I
Give
mean,
me two of your favorite.
two of my favorite crazy pieces. I mean, I'm gonna have to go back to when Rakim with the big sailor cross, man.
Okay.
That was one of the first ones for me. I mean, that joint was like half his chest, dog. I mean,
Right.
and then as far as just wild out pieces, I'm gonna have to. I mean, there's so many people with so many things. I mean, like you said,
That's why I said two.
Big Daddy Kane with the 4-finger rings.
Definitely. That's
But
more mine.
as far as a wild out joint, there's just like, what the fuck?
Yes.
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
say
Come on.
Ghostface with the eagle, man.
Thank you.
Ghostface with the eagle, man.
Dog, man, we got to be able, if you go back and edit and bring that up, that
Oh,
might be the dopest, iconic hip hop piece ever, hands down. I went with the Big Daddy Kane, that 4-finger, but Ghostface, iconic eagle. That was it, man. That was it. He killed the game. Not that T-Pain with that big ass piece or whatever
oh,
he had, and him and what was that? Lil Jon had that crunk or whatever shit. But yeah, that's it. That's it.
my man
That's
had
it, man.
my man didn't have a bracelet.
Mm.
He had an arm piece, dog.
Mhm. That's it. That's
I mean,
that was it, man. I'm sorry.
that was wild. Kanye with the bear when
Yeah.
he finally converted, because he had the Jesus pieces and he converted the bear into a chain. I mean, hip hop was the one that literally changed jewelers into celebrities.
Man, talk about it.
I mean,
Talk
that
about it.
that's it. That's it right there. You got literal jewelers that became celebrities because
Yes.
of who they blinged out. And that's even before you got into the people that were smart enough to transition from hip hop into jewelry themselves. I'm looking at you, Paul Wall. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, up there getting cats their grills right,
Grills.
man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That was a
yeah,
whole
and
nother era, man. That
I mean,
alone. I thought
and
that was dope, but yeah, go
in
ahead.
that transition where it wasn't one coast in that, like it started out as a South thing, but
Yes.
even RZA with the iced out fangs,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Mhm.
yo, man. I mean, but going backwards, going back to the early days, like you said, the Dookie ropes, the sisters with the dolphins, and the just big crazy, all the truck jewels, man. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
once again, we're talking about evolutions and how stuff was literally swap meter bootleg gold.
Right.
Um, and
Borrow.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Straight up and down, just big Benz or Cadillac symbols, the nugget chains, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo,
The
I got a
Cubans.
nugget, I got a herringbone.
Yeah, the Cubans. And don't
Yeah.
forget Jay-Z's herringbone. That one video you had, that thing was about this fucking thick. His fucking herringbone. Man, that thing was about that thick. And he was wearing like all black, so it really glistened. I was like, good Lord. And I went to see him on that tour when it was him, Red, that Def Jam tour that came up to Cleveland or whatever.
Yeah.
He had on all black again. He had this chain on. It had so many diamonds in it. I couldn't look at him directly
Mm-hmm.
because when the lights hit it, all the lasers came out
Yeah.
that damn thing. So I'm watching him like this because I ain't had, I'm at a concert. I ain't had no damn sunglasses on anything. So I'm like, God, like I never seen anything like that before. I seen cats with jewelry on, whatever, but for some reason, that one piece he had on, it was just one chain, one
And,
damn chain, man. And the light hit it, and it was just so pure or whatever the fuck, man. That thing glistened throughout the whole arena, man. It was ridiculous. Go ahead, man.
and this whole thing is, like I said, everything being hip hop being a culture that reflected its environment.
Mm,
You had rappers that were looking like the D-boys, looking like the pimps,
yeah.
and that was what was fired. Um, the sisters was looking like, you know what I'm saying, like the ladies.
Mhm.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
With ladies, because you ice yourself out and then you put jewels on your lady.
On your lady. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody looked like a bottom one, if you know what I mean. Or
Mhm.
the niggas up there icing up. So it's like, yeah, you got crazy pieces. And then I'm not even about to go into all the jewelers. And I mean, right off top, Jacob comes to the top of the mind.
Mhm.
But everybody else that in the comments, I know y'all know everybody else that was doing it big with the jewel game. You got
Yeah,
them
give us
coming
a couple. Lee, get down in the comments and give us a couple of your favorite pieces of hip
because I
hop
could see
jewelry.
faces of all these cats. Like I said, that became celebrities from
Yeah.
making your pieces. But
Yes.
I'm not, the names aren't coming to me right off the top of my head. But with all that being said, it went from where it was just basic stuff that everybody could acquire to the point of it was something that you never seen, and the wildness of the amount. Because we still haven't gotten into we haven't looked at watches. The cats with the chalices down south.
With the with
Broke the chalice games in having the cup. Speaking
the
of, you
bust
know what I'm saying?
downs, and also, man, I like you said, the evolution of it, because I remember when everybody was it was gold this, gold that. Then all of a sudden, I saw that "Been Around the World" remix with Puff and Mace, and
Mhm.
I was like, why these guys? They what do you call it, man? They downgraded or whatever. Why they rocking silver chains? Not
And then they,
knowing it was
mhm.
fucking platinum. Didn't know about that game. Like I said, the evolution, the next step. I was like, oh, that's dope. They was like, man, that's platinum. I'm like, man, where they get that at? Because I ain't never seen platinum in the stores. I saw silver. I
Yeah,
saw gold. I may have seen on the flip side somewhere some rose gold, but never have I seen around our way platinum. And these
yeah,
cats again took it, like you said, that's having that bigger budget. And I was like, damn, they didn't got the silver Jesus pieces now. Not knowing, cats whipping in, nigga, that's platinum, bro. That's next. Like, you don't know nothing about that, with your broke ass. Yeah, on that shit, I'm over here like, man, those silver chains, man, they hitting. Like, nah, bro, that's platinum. And what the fuck is platinum? you know,
exactly. And then more ice, more custom diamonds than you ever seen. And
man,
then when cats got into the colorways, man, it's like,
man,
oh yeah, he got rubies, he got emeralds like that. It's like, oh no, no, no. See that right there is a Eagles Kelly Green diamond right there. You know what I'm saying? You can only
yeah,
get those over here and blah blah
yeah,
blah. It's like,
yeah,
oh man,
yeah. It
it
was
was
a time, man. And cats like, man, that was some of the I've blown my budget on. Like Kanye said, he went first thing he did was go see Jacob. He ain't paid
yeah,
none of his bills off. He went to go see Jacob. To go get iced out, and that was, at the time, it was one of those they were trying to keep up with each other. Like who can outdo each other on this bling shit? And a lot of dudes are still kicking themselves in the ass because they didn't fucked up that Rolex that was worth some money, but then they went and had them got it bust down and put all those damn little diamonds on it. It was like, man, you just fucked up the overall value of it. You ain't gonna get nothing for that, But you live and you learn, man.
yeah, man. It's the the collectible of the art, the fact of it's just one where everything comes from. Because
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is, you listen to somebody like Big Crit talking about, and even Freddie Gibbs talking about, went to my boy the Black Mummy me.
Mm, nice, nice.
Crit talk about bury me in gold. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
It's very much in tune with the culture that is on some other stuff. But yeah, if you're in New York, check out that exhibit. But if not, there has been several coffee table books. Step Your Coffee Table book came up. That's that action. There's been several coffee table books about, hip hop jewelry and all like that. I'm sure they're gonna update it sometime soon. Somebody
Mhm.
have a new one out. But between that, you see, I got a graph book back there and all like that with the street art, with the incomparable Tame One on there. Rest his peace to K Slay, his original
Mhm.
name. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's hip hop is more than just the music, man. And it's fire to see all the recognition behind everything that it has been and does, man. Want to shout out all the subscribers. Want to shout
Indeed.
out the whole Schwebel Room crew. Everybody doing their doggone thing. Check out all the shows. Check out everybody. And we here for y'all. We done knocked out another one, and on to the next one, my man.
Indeed. Let's get it.
And holla.
Peace.